Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Unnamed Podcast. And of course, I am your host, Akash, aka Evil Monkey. And this is the first podcast. No, this is the first podcast that I'm doing actually live. I'm not sitting in my home or in my studio. I'm actually out somewhere. And I'm here to interview a very lovely lady. And she is a tattoo artist. And she is also more than that. So let's figure out what Deepika is. Hello, Deepika. Welcome to the Unnamed Podcast.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm all good. Doing pretty well.
And tell us, first of all, that you are a tattoo artist. So starting with the things, COVID. That's the most obvious question that I ask everybody. And when I send you all the questions, you're saying, yeah, this is all about COVID. Where is something to be talk about the tattoo art and everything? So we'll discuss. So first of all, tell us that how these 5, 6, 7 months have been for your profession.
I would say yes, it was difficult as it was with everybody else. It was difficult. But then if I talk about the positive side, I have utilized that time period to enhance my skills. I have done a lot of sketchings. I have learned many new skills. So yes, going forward, since the situation is getting better now all the businesses are starting over again. People are picking up. So yes, with our industry it's the same. But then I have utilized those 3-4 months to enhance my skills, and I'm pretty ready to use those skills into my work. So yeah.
Okay, and when we talk in terms of work, so like you're a tattoo artist, and in India, when we talk about tattoo artists, so they are all the people who have their tattoos and everything. So they are looked with a little bit of prejudice. So, what are your thoughts about it?
What I think is Indian people, they are actually evolving. I mean, if you talk about the Indian society, people generally do not see female artists in a very respectable way, I would say. So initially when I started this art, like the tattoo art, you would say, I had to face a lot of things. Even now, I get a lot of messages regarding dating, and they would hitting on me because they think that okay, I'm into such kind of a profession, I would be available, right? So this is not the thing. I'm an artist from heart, and I take it as an art form. So if you go out of India, people who are artists are very much respectable over there. But if I talk about India, people are still evolving with that thought process. So this is the message I would like to tell people, that please start respecting artists and their art. That's it.
Of course, you have to respect artists and their art. But apart from that, when we talk in terms of if somebody comes to your tattoo parlor to get a tattoo, so what is, if somebody is absolutely new about tattooing and all, so what are the first major concerns that he or she has?
See, in case if a person is very new to this art, he or she is coming for the very first time to get a tattoo done, they have a lot of questions in their mind, like how much does it hurt, and should I get this tattoo or not, and what kind of a design should I get. So it's we take ample time to discuss their fears about the tattoo, about the pain, or about because many people come here with the thought process that what if I get bored with the tattoo after 1 or 2 years, or maybe later. So what we tell them is, you think a lot about the design, what you want, and if it's related to you or not. So I would really suggest to go for something which is meaningful to you, which is personal to you. So once you get a meaningful tattoo, I'm pretty sure you will never ever get bored with it. And also go to some good artists, because people here, they would go to the places where they get a cheaper deal, and then later they regret it. Because you actually cannot undo that tattoo. You will not get your skin back. You can earn your money back, but you cannot get your skin back. So think a lot before go to any artist, or choosing an artist for the artwork on your skin. So it's very important. So yeah.
And you said, people and you can get your money but you can't get your skin. So have you ever come across somebody who has like actually done a very big tattoo and then they regret it afterwards?
Many, trust me, many people. They do come here for cover-ups or modifications. Many times it has happened that people have, inquired about a tattoo from me, and when I tell them, when I quote them the price, they'll be like, it's too high. I generally tell them that, okay, it's according to the artwork I provide or I give. You can go to cheaper artists also, but then later you'll regret. So they go get the tattoo done, and then they would come back as well, like telling me about the experience. Okay, like they got a very bad, like whatever they were expecting from the artist, it did not come out well on the skin. So they would come back, to get a modification done or maybe a cover up done. So we do it, but then they get their experience also from that.
Of course, definitely. And if we talk about your journey, so like how did your basically journey started into tattooing? Because you were not a tattoo artist initially, you worked into corporate, so that was a absolute different genre, coming from working in from corporates, then becoming a tattoo artist. So how did this transition happen?
This happened gradually. That's a pretty interesting story behind that. So basically I got into jobs before my graduation only. So I started working after my 12th. Okay, so I worked for corporates for 7 years, but then I was not that happy because there was somewhere an artist inside me, so which actually wanted to come out. So 7 years back, what happened is like I got my first tattoo done. Okay, I went to I had a long chit chat session with that artist, and we shared our sketches, we shared many experiences about the skills and everything. So somehow it did hit me somewhere, like, okay, this is also an art form and it's pretty interesting, and I also can try it. So at that moment I never thought that I'll get into this profession or I'll make this as a profession. But then I just wanted to try it out. So I actually inquired about the tattoo courses and everything. So since I was into a permanent job, I couldn't join it. So what I did was I just got my own machine. I practiced on my friends. I literally did that. So I had my friends who actually volunteered for it. Somehow they had that, confidence in me that I can do it. So yeah, that's how I started. And I started it as a part-time. Like I used to do it on my weekends when I had my offs. And for 1 year I did that. Like I did both, like the job and as well as the tattoo thing. So later I realized, okay, this is something which defines me and I literally want this in my life. So I kicked off the job and continued with the tattoo thing. So here I am now.
And like, what were your parents' reaction when you said, okay, I have a very cool corporate job, I'm working something very nice, but I want to do something absolutely crazy, which like people in India might think that you are absolutely stupid to do. But yeah, I'm going to do that. So what was their reaction to that?
So I would say, being in India, I'm pretty blessed that I got such beautiful parents who have they are so open-minded. And my mom was actually proud that I'm doing something which is my passion. So she's very happy about this, and she proudly says that, okay, my daughter is a tattoo artist. And she herself has 3 tattoos on her and she wants to get more.
You did all the tattoos?
Yes, of course.
What are the tattoos? Was your mom the first one on which you tried your tattoos?
No, not the first one. She just got her tattoos last year only. So, yeah, not the first one.
Not the first one. Okay, and you have traveled a lot. You were telling me that you have traveled a lot during your childhood. Mm-hmm. So, has that somehow inspired you to become an artist, and and how it has inspired you, your art of tattooing?
Traveling is basically, I don't know, there's something in the artists that they travel a lot, because when you travel to new places, it actually brings out a new you. you get some experiences and visiting new places, meeting new people and different kind of people. When you talk to them, you exchange the vibes, you get a lot of experiences. So basically I like visiting all the hilly areas. So I love mountains. I get peace over there. Whenever I go, I'll just sit quiet near the river and the mountains, and it gives a very good vibe, and then it brings out the artist as well. So this is how it works for me. For me.
So like you go to mountains to get the inspiration for yourself.
Yeah, you can say that. You can say that.
And if we talk about in terms of starting your own tattoo parlor, so how did the idea came across to you?
How I started my own tattoo parlor is that, as I said, that I never worked under anyone, and I can't work under anyone. So initially I did tattooing as a freelancer, and then I wanted to take it as a profession. So yes, I wanted to I wanted to level it up, and thought of opening up my own studio, a professional studio, and make my own name and fame with it. So I opened my a solo studio where I was the solo owner. I ran that studio for like 1 to 2 years, and then I got one partner, and now this studio which I own right now is with a partner right now. So we are both like artists, and there's some trainees as well working under.
So when we talk about like starting your own, when you started at solo, so what were the problems that you faced initially as an artist?
Since I am a female tattoo artist, you can understand the mentality of Indian men.
I can totally understand that.
So I used to get many walk-ins, they'll see that, okay, there's a female artist here. So they would just come in and, they'll come and talk to you and chit-chat just for a time pass thing. So it wasted a lot of my time. Yes, it did.
Okay, but do you think that the perception for because there are not too much female artists, and especially who are independently doing it, some might be working, they might be working with organizations and all. So do you think the perception has changed during the over the period?
Yes, it has changed a lot. As I have been doing it since 7 years, I have seen a lot of changes. So when I started, there were only few female artists. Now I know many female artists across India, and they are doing pretty well. And yes, there are a lot of changes, and people have also changed many perspectives related to female artists, and I get a lot of people appreciating me for what I'm doing right now. And yes, as I said, there are many men who take it in a different way, but then there are many people who respect female artists, so it feels good.
It feels good.
Yes, it does.
And in terms of if we talk about like if somebody wants to get into the art, so what are the basic criteria if somebody wants to start as a tattoo artist?
See, I know many tattoo studios who provide tattoo courses, but what they do is that they provide 3 months of course, and they charge according to that. But I would suggest you to, in case if you are into arts, go to some artist who can bring out the artist in you, not just give you the 2 or 3 months of course telling you that, okay, I'll make you a tattoo artist within 3 months. So just not fall for that, and choose an artist who can actually brush up your skills and make you an artist out of you, give you the confidence to create your own style and be your own kind of artist. So do not go to any time frame. Do not consider that time frame, because an artist is artist for life. If I tell about me, I have been an artist since my childhood. So it's not just 2-3 months or 1 year or 2 years. So yeah, it's years. It takes years to make you an artist. So yes.
And like if somebody is like blank, zero into arts, he's not an artist at all.
Okay.
Can he become a tattoo artist?
I would say that if you do not have a good voice, you cannot become a singer.
Nowadays you can. Auto-tune is there.
Auto-tune is that, but that is mechanical.
Yeah.
Right? That is technical thing.
Right.
So that will not make you a singer. So for to become a tattoo artist, you need to have a little bit of skill on the paper. So you get the training thing. We can brush up your skills, but for that also you need to have some basic skills of sketching on paper. Because if you can't work on skin, you cannot work. If you can't work on paper, you cannot work on skin. Period.
Of course.
Yes.
That's true. So, are there any like very funny incidences, because you have been doing it for the past 7 years? So, like any funny incidences, like some funny tattoos that you ever made for somebody, or like?
I don't remember actually.
Okay. Some really amazing tattoo that you have ever done, or some memorable experiences.
There are many. I need to recollect.
You can recollect, not a problem at all.
So there were many interesting stories. I once got a girl who was into her college days and she wanted to, get her boyfriend's name done. Okay.
Biggest mistake of her life.
So yeah, I do actually tell people to think a lot before getting anyone's name on your skin, because it's a lifetime thing. It's permanent. You cannot get rid of it once you get it done. So there this girl, she came and she was like, I want to get my boyfriend's name done. So I gave her a little I told her, okay, you want to get the name done, that's fine, I'll do it, no problem, but think about it. Like, do you think it, because it's for lifetime, so you think you can carry this for your lifetime and this is permanent and all? She was like, no, I'm pretty confident about this and I want to get the name done. Okay, fine, if you're fine, I'll do it, no problem. Okay, and I did that, and just after a week she called me back. Okay, Deepika, I got a name tattoo done from you and I want to get rid of it.
That was a very short span.
Okay, that was just 1 week, okay, and the tattoo was not healed
properly,
because it takes at least 1 week, like 10 days to 14 days to completely heal the tattoo. So I was like, okay, wait for it to heal first, then I'll cover it up, no worries. So she came after 2 weeks and got a cover up done on that tattoo.
What was the story behind it? They broke up?
Yeah, actually yes.
So people, if you want to get a tattoo, don't get anybody name's tattoo. At least you can get your mother and father names tattooed, but not anybody else's tattoo done. Okay, and one final question, Deepika. How much does a tattoo cost? So, like, because it's an art, I totally understand that the artists need to be paid, but it is not a cheap art, exactly, right? You have to pay some good amount of money to get it done. So what is like the minimum bracket that if you want to get a good tattoo done from a very good artist, what is the minimum bracket?
See, there is nothing called minimum bracket or maximum bracket, because it's an art form, it's a handmade thing, right? So there are different artists they have their own styles. Not all artists are same, not everybody's work skills are same, so they charge according to their own skill sets. So you'll get many artists who do very cheap artwork and they would charge you very cheap. So I would not suggest you to go to them. I'll just suggest you to know the artist first, know their art first, and if you like their style, and then decide and get the tattoo done from them. And do not generalize the price bracket. I would just suggest you that.
So there is no price on a good tattoo?
No, nothing. Because see, this is an art form and you're getting on your skin, right? It's not a cloth that you'll just wear today and remove it tomorrow. So think about it, because it's a permanent thing. Yeah.
Of course, you need to think about it because it's there for a lifetime, right?
Yes, exactly.
Right. All well, on that note, thank you very much, Deepika, for coming on the Unnamed Podcast and talking to me and like sharing and giving an amazing insight into the world of tattoo artists.
It was a pleasure.
So I hope कि आपको ये episode of the Unnamed Podcast बेहद पसंद आया हो, and in case you are enjoying this content, don't forget to follow this podcast wherever you are getting your podcast, and I will see you in the next episode of the Unnamed Podcast. Till then, you guys stay cool, stay tight, and live life human size.